Welcome to the Shake Up Podcast. I'm your host and co-founder of Mr. Consistent, Jared Bell. This is a podcast where we invite friends of the brand into our studio. We get to know their story a little bit better. We chat all things business, culture and marketing, all while shaking up a few cocktails. This week on the Shake Up Podcast, we've got a double whammy. That's right. I have Love Island's Lexy Thornberry joining me, plus Tayla Mellington on the mic this week. And trust me when I say Love Island is hot, but the tea is hotter. The girls give me an inside look as to what really goes on inside the Love Island villa and all about their saucy experiences on the show. These two have quite the gossip and some untold truths that are only now being spoken about. So buckle up, grab a drink, because this one is an absolute doozy. Welcome to another episode of The Shake Up. This week's guest, Lexy Thornberry. Did I say it right?
Yeah.
Did I say it right?
Lexi.
Welcome to The Shake Up Podcast. How are you?
Oh, I'm great. How are you?
I'm pretty good. Why are you here? Like, Kirsten's reached out. You've come on, and I know nothing about reality TV. Like, honestly,
thank God I'm here then. Yeah.
I've got no idea. Tell us about Love Island. Like, I know what Love Island is, but tell us all about it, who you are, how you ended up on there. Like, what's the story? Because you've only just come out, right? Like, 3-4 weeks ago?
3 weeks, yeah. So I was just doing uni in Brisbane where I live, and I had a little side job for some extra cash as a bartender, and it was my first week starting this new job, and one of the producers from Love Island was there when I was working, and she came up to me because I noticed this chick kept staring at me, and I'm like, what is she staring at? Oh my God.
Is she coming towards me or what's
Yeah. So she like walked up and she gave me a card, and she was like, you should apply. Like, I think you would be great. So I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. Okay. So I applied. That was like in April of this year. And then it's just been a long process. And then I went into Love Island in September.
And then, like, because I've had friends that have been like approached for The Bachelor. Like, they always hand out the business card, and some people are like, should I, shouldn't I? And like my mate that got approached for The Bachelor was like, should I, shouldn't I? And he didn't. But then I've had friends who have gone on to Big Brother and stuff like that as well. So like, what's the triggering point that you go, yeah, fuck, I'm in uni. I might just jump out for a couple of weeks and go on the show and see what happens.
Yeah,
like, is there something that triggered you?
Screw it. Like, why wouldn't I? This is such a good opportunity, and it would be really fun. Like, what a good story to tell. Like, oh yeah, I went on a reality TV show. That's cool.
Were you a fan of the show before?
I told the Love Island producers I was, but I actually haven't watched any seasons.
Sold the dream.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I love it. I'm such a big fan. And they're like, who's your favorite character? And I'm like, all of them.
Pick
Me.
one. Me, let me on.
Yeah.
Let me on. How, like, once you applied, did you have to go through, like, I guess, what's the process? Like, are you auditioning, or is it just like you have to answer a bunch of questions or go through like a screening or anything like that?
Yeah, I had to answer so many questions, and I sent that through. And then they emailed me back and they said, we really like your application. Can you send us through a video? So I sent them through like a 2-minute video. Yeah. Then I heard back from them, and they said they're coming to Brisbane in a few weeks and I should come to the auditions. And then at the auditions, there were like 4 to 5 different rooms I had to go in.
Yeah.
And then after that, they're like, if we want you, you'll hear from us in 8 weeks.
They're like, when you go into those different rooms, they're like sending you in with other people to see how you interact with other people? Or is it like,
we weren't allowed to see anybody else that were at the auditions. It was very secret.
Right. Interesting.
Yeah.
Did you have love before Love Island? Like, were you seeing anybody, or were you like, like, I don't know, like some people like are seeing people like, fuck it, I'm not loving this relationship, I'm out, I'm going to go jump on this TV show, or is it?
No, I wasn't seeing anyone before it. I was like so single, but I did have a crush on this one guy. But I was like, oh well, it's just a crush.
It's just
Goodbye.
a crush.
Yeah.
Goodbye. I'm going on the show.
Yeah,
see what happens.
Pretty much.
Did you have any like hesitations like leading into it? Like, you've gone through the auditions and you're like, oh, we'll see what happens. But when they, I guess, make that phone call and they go, hey, you're on, does it like, does your body like empty out of like, and just it fills with anxiety, or like what?
No, I was really happy.
Like pumped.
I was so excited, but the only anxious people were my parents and my sister.
Oh, yeah, right.
They were like, Lexi, they're going to make you out to be a dumb blonde bimbo. And I'm like, well, I just won't act like one. Like, fuck you guys.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they were worried, but I was happy.
Just ready to get in there and go for it.
Hell yeah.
Oh, my God. And then, because you said they were going to film in Port Douglas, but they obviously moved it down to Byron, you were saying. What was it, like, is the facility, like, in the middle of nowhere, don't talk to anybody, there's obviously producers and all that kind of stuff, but you just, did you actually know where you were in Byron, or are you just in the middle of
Not really.
anywhere?
I kind of did some detective work. So when we did challenges on the show, we had to drive there in vans, and I was sort of like looking out the window trying to see like any street signs or anything. So I worked out we were in Federal Road in Byron Bay, in the hinterlands.
Yeah.
But yeah, what was the question?
Because they take everything off you, right? Like they're literally like, did you have to go into quarantine before you went into the show, like 2 or 3 days before the show, and then you go into the show, but then you lose your phone?
No, I was in quarantine for 17 days.
Beforehand?
Before the show. Some people were in quarantine for 23.
What?
Yeah, no phone. For the first 5 days, I didn't have TV, so I had no phone, no TV. Wasn't allowed to go on the balconies because our balconies were near each other. And like I was just inside and I was going mental.
Fuck, what'd you do for 17 days? Or don't answer it.
No, I worked out a lot.
Yeah. Fuck, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That'd do crazy things to you, like
I was going mental.
Mental health, like just sitting in a room, no TV, no phone, no nothing for 17 days, and then being put into a room full of strangers.
That's why I think we were all mad when we went into the villa and all saw each other. We're like, oh my gosh, human contact, hi. And we just, everyone
hit it off
because big energy.
It's a, I don't know, it seems like obviously you do that and then the heightened experience of like human contact and then like put a bunch of good looking people in a room together. I feel like it's like a very focused like schoolies week, like just like mad.
We went mad the first week. Everyone was just in the challenges, of course, just making out with each other. Like everyone was just so full on. It was great.
And then when they start filming, do they, how do I word this? Like, is there time that's obviously on camera and then off camera, and the time that's off camera it feels different to the time that's on camera? Or is the whole thing just constantly rolling?
We were on camera all the time except for lunch and dinner. Yeah. We took our microphones off to get like the mic pack swapped and recharged, but we weren't allowed to talk about any content with anybody else in the villa, and a producer had to sit next to us to make sure, like monitor our conversations basically.
Have you seen the show? I can't remember, it's on Netflix, and it's like, it's about the behind the scenes of reality TV shows.
No.
And how I'll figure it out when we get off here, but it's about the way the producers and the people work, the actors or the contestants, into getting what they want out of them from like from a content perspective. Like they kind of wind them up or say, if you don't do this will happen or whatever it is. Is it kind of a little bit like that, like behind the scenes, or is it all semi-organic?
No, it's pretty like it's not scripted. Like the producers are awesome. They didn't force us to do anything we didn't want. Yeah. But I think in our little beach huts, which are the interviews we have, you know what I mean? By that,
it's like the diary room almost.
Yeah, the diary, like, confession corner.
Because you were just saying, like, you go into a room and it's like somebody's just, there's nobody else in the room, like going, hey Lexi, how'd you feel about this? Or asking you questions. It's just a deep, dark voice from the heavens talking to you with a camera pointing at you. It's
in
like
the ceiling.
You're just talking to yourself.
They would kind of ask me specific questions to kind of like get the answer they want in a sense. So like they would ask me something and say, oh, can you please repeat that question in your answer? Yeah. So it's like, oh, are you getting butterflies for this person? And then I'd go, yeah, I am getting butterflies to this person. That's not actually something I would usually say.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? Like they did that a lot.
Yeah. They simplify the questions. What do you reckon? Like, most people have like an intention, right, of going into something like this. Did you have any intentions? Was it to find love, or was it like
love?
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Like I was just telling you off camera, we had Kat Hennessy on here, and she's like, "Yeah, I went on The Bachelor and I did it for clout. Like I literally did it for clout because I had a jewelry brand, and I went on there in the first week that I went on there. I wore my earrings when I met The Bachelor, and she was on like what's his name, Kirsten? Can't remember. The Honey Badger dude. Yeah, she was on that one.
Hot. If you're listening,
if you're out there,
hit
Honey
me
Badger.
up.
But she had earrings in, and the earrings that from her brand, and instantly that day she didn't know, but that opening day and then the week after, she sold out of all of her jewelry pieces. But she went on there purely based on she had a plan that she wanted to grow her business and the clout and put her jewelry in front of people, and that was the way how she got it.
Oh, wow. That's
so she had deep intentions.
Well, I didn't actually have any of these intentions to start with because I didn't apply for it. I was just scouted. Yeah, I was approached to go on the show. And I kind of was like, yeah, this will be a cool experience. If I find love, I'm open to it.
Yeah.
So like I kind of did think I was going to fall in love on that show. That's a meme, isn't it?
Chuck it on a meme.
Everyone's watching that and being like, oh, you stupid bitch. Anyway.
What, you were bartending before that? I saw a funny TikTok because you had a viral TikTok the other day, and you got like somebody was like calling you out saying you were like a stripper or some shit. Like, and you had like, yeah, I worked at, it was like Hungry Jack's or something, and then I like worked at a bar, and then I worked at a petrol station. You're like,
yeah,
fucking full of shit. Like,
there are so many rumors being made about me. Like, I've heard that I'm a spicy bartender.
Stop it.
So like, you know what that means. A stripper, of course. Shout out to the caster girl for making that one up.
Oh,
that was
heavy.
Great. What else? Someone said I was a nurse and I was like looked after them and I was like a real big bitch to them. Someone said like I went to their school and I was a piece of shit. And I'm like, but I don't know any of you guys.
I've never literally met you and I've never been a nurse.
No. I'm like, I'm a bartender, not a nurse. What?
Mistaken identity.
Yeah. Like everyone just makes up so much bullshit. And I'm like,
bet.
Wow.
Because when you go in, they kind of take over your social media, right? Like they post your photos and stuff. And then when you got it back, did you go through the DMs? Like, did you?
They wouldn't give us our social media back for, like, I didn't have my Instagram for like a week after I
got
left.
out, yeah.
Yeah, because they went through and deleted all the bad DMs.
All the mean shit.
All the mean stuff.
Right.
Which is good.
That's nice of them.
Yeah.
Keep
Thanks,
it clean.
guys.
Keep it clean. Because I imagine like people like, you're obviously popping off in the scene. So people are like heavy on the DMs. Like you screenshotted all the questions to me. Like you I'll put a question up and somebody like, more photos of your daughter or something like that. But like you put that out and there's like legitimately like you sent me 15 screenshots of 6 questions on each screenshot. Like people want to know they want to know the dirt. They want to know what's going on.
Oh, actually, my Instagram glitched one day when I wasn't allowed to be logged onto it. And I went through my DMs. I only had like 5 minutes. And the mean shit people said, like one guy sent me a DM and was like, "Dear Lexi, you are the dumbest blonde bitch to ever been cast on reality TV ever. Fuck you.
Rude.
# Team Ryan." And I was like, cool. Thanks.
This Ryan bloke.
Ryan. Hey, Ryan.
Do you want to give him any airtime?
I think that's what the people want to know. Like, I'm getting a lot of questions
I'll
about
be honest.
him.
I quickly clicked through to his Instagram and I was kind of like, looks like a dude I'd see at Burley Pav, jutting to some house music song. Strange
Burley
dude.
Pav,
but like,
Surface,
or maybe Surface. I don't know, but like, who is this dude? Why is he the I guess the villain? Like sounds like he has been cast as a villain.
Yeah.
Sounds from what I've heard and read, he's the villain. He's playing to the villain. What's his deal? Like what? Because I saw the first clip and probably the thing that made it all start coming out was almost like the burn book that the Love Island people give you of like the night before, and it's like got him. You'd obviously like already hooked up with him, and we're sort of, I guess, what do they word it as in the show? Coupled up with him in the show, and then they have the night or two away, and then they give you the burn book, and there's photos of him kissing.
Oh yeah, they sent me.
Who's he kissing?
He was kissing Tayla, who he recoupled with.
Yeah, right.
Who's gonna be on here in a minute.
We're gonna call her up and get her thoughts, I reckon.
Oh god.
But what was that like? How does that shit unfold? Like seriously, and like how does like you couple with him?
I'll give you a rundown.
Give me the rundown. Give me somebody who doesn't know. Give it to me.
Okay, so I coupled up with Ryan, of course.
Do you like the earrings to start with?
His earrings?
Yeah, they're very 2010.
I like guys that have ear piercings, but I didn't like the big diamonds.
The big diamonds,
No, they're a bit like 2011. No thanks. Change them immediately. So yeah, I coupled up with him, and then we were going pretty strong.
What are you laughing?
The rage. No, I'm kidding. We were going pretty strong. And then we surprisingly had Casa and more. So us girls were taken away from the villa for 2 nights, and the boys.
What's Casa and more?
Casa and more. It's like it's when the boys and girls, the OGs, get separated.
Yeah.
And 6 new girls come in for the boys, and like 6 new boys come in for us girls.
Gotcha.
And we're like tested on our loyalty.
Just to really fucking throw a cat amongst the pigeons. How good.
Like so it tests like if your partner actually likes you, and if he wants to recouple, he can.
Yeah.
But if you're alone and you don't recouple, you'll be dumped.
Gotcha.
So yeah. So basically Casa and more happened.
Ryan, have a drink before you get right into it here.
Get me another one. Casa and more happened, and Ryan ended up coupling up with Tayla, and I haven't really watched the episodes back properly, but he did like a lot of stuff. It was like bad mouthing me. I don't know if they aired that. Hooked up with her. Hooked up with 3 different girls. Like the day of
blue light disco shit.
Yeah,
okay.
like a few hours after I left. And yeah, I was sitting back at the other mansion at the other villa, and I was so smitten on him, thinking that he was gonna stay loyal to me. And then a few hours later, we got like a magazine of him just hooking up with
literally
chicks.
It's literally a burn book.
Yeah,
like, proper Mean Girls burn book.
Yeah, it felt like it was so weird. Like, here's the guy you like hooking up with 1,000 different girls.
Is it intensified because you're like, how long were you coupled up with him before like they do the Casa and more thing? Like days or week or something?
I think it was like 3 weeks or
okay. So it's a little bit of time to get to know try to get to know somebody and you like in close quarters, I guess.
But like it's not like the real world. Like
it's fake.
That environment is like a pressure cooker. It makes like every day feels like a week. So it felt like I knew everyone for 6 months.
Yeah.
We don't have like a clock in there. I didn't know the day, the date, the time ever.
You didn't know the time they came?
No, they didn't tell us. No, we had no idea. So like everything was intensified. We didn't get much sleep, so I think everyone was delirious, and it was kind of like...
They fuel you with alcohol as well?
No, we were only allowed 1 drink a night.
Really?
Yeah, like legally. So that sucked as well. If I had alcohol, it probably wouldn't have been as...
Wow, that's crazy that it's that pressure, like, and they don't feel... Yeah. Okay. Responsible.
Yeah. But then I also like was homesick. Like I missed my mom and stuff. Okay. So like I had no family to talk to about it. And it just made the whole Ryan scandal 10 times worse because I couldn't talk to anyone without being filmed it was very confronting.
Yeah. And then after he was a naughty boy.
naughty boy.
And then he recoupled with Tayla.
Yeah.
Then what happened?
I recoupled with someone else because I was like, actually my hopes were, I'm like, I hope Ryan comes in alone so he gets dumped from the villa because I'm coupling up with Ben.
Yeah.
Because I was just so mad at how he had treated me, like just being away for 2 days. I was like, screw this guy. Wait, what was the question?
Well, like what happened to you after, like obviously you recoupled with Ben.
I recoupled with Ben. Me and Ben didn't get along. It was like 20 minutes before the recoupling, actually. He started saying all these snarky comments because he thought I wasn't going to choose him.
Yeah, right.
And all the girls were like, what the hell? He just completely flipped his switch. And I was like, yeah, I know. Now I'm stuck because I don't want to choose Ben and I don't want to choose Ryan either. What should I do? So I chose Ben anyway, and we just fought like the whole time. And like it sucked. And then a new guy ended up coming in and picking me, and I coupled up with him. His name was Hugh.
Yeah.
And then Ben got dumped from the villa.
Oh, sorry, Ben.
Sorry, Ben.
See you, Ben.
Oh.
And then how long did you stay? Like, did you and Ryan stay, I guess, and Tayla stay the same length of time, like in it, or who went first?
Ryan and Tayla went first.
See you, bye.
Oh, bye.
See you, bye.
I'll miss you. Think that's over. No. So yeah, there was like a vote. All the couples had to choose which couples they wanted out of the show.
Yep.
Who, like the couple whose relationship had run its course. So whoever
pretty much judging other people and going, you guys
like
don't.
You're done.
Yeah, you guys don't actually like each other. Go home.
So whoever had the most votes would be dumped from the villa.
Was it tactical though? Like, is it more tactical versus like, if we get rid of these people that are actually like doing really well, like they're legitimate?
No, we were
pretty like genuine.
We were pretty genuine. We're like, oh, you guys are over, so I'm gonna choose you.
Gotcha.
But then some people wouldn't choose the obvious couple because they were friends with them, so they chose someone else.
Yeah. Okay.
So Ryan voted for me to leave, and I voted for him to leave.
Classic Ryan.
Oh, Ryan, you sweetheart, you're so cute.
Was there things said to make you believe that legitimately when the Casa, what's it called? Casa what?
Casa Amor.
Casa Amor. When that happened, that you obviously were like, all right, I'm locked in with him. I'm gonna be faithful. I'm not gonna try to couple up with anybody else. With obviously conversation was had between you both that was like,
yeah,
I legitimately believe in this guy is not gonna fuck me over here.
So the timing was absolutely impeccable. It was very ironic, actually. The day before Casa, we spoke a lot about, like being together, like, will you couple up with me still, like blah, blah, blah. Just,
like, yeah.
And it was funny, actually. Emily, one of the girls on the show, was talking to me and saying that I shouldn't trust Ryan and, like, he's cheated in the past before, and, like, she could see him as one of those party boys. Like, Lex, he wants to go traveling after this. Like, I don't know if he would stay faithful to you. And I got really offended because I'm like, I don't want to hear that. The guy I like, you're telling me he'll cheat on me. And then I told Ryan that, and he got so mad. And he's like, I'm here for a change. Yes, I've done it in the past, but I don't think people should blame me for that. And I was like, yeah, good on you. At least you're telling me the truth. Like, you're here for a change. Good on you. That's funny, isn't it? So we did a compatibility test, me and Ryan, a little thing I made up the day before Casa Amor. And one of the questions that weren't aired that I asked was, do you see me in your life after the show finishes? And he said, yeah, like he sees me in his life. Like he was giving me the impression, like of course we're going to date after we get out of here. And I was like, oh, wow, this is real. This is great, And then I also asked, would you be willing to move for your partner?
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, of course. And I'm like, okay, like, would you move out of Central Coast? Because I'm located in Brisbane. Yeah. And he was like, yeah, actually, like, I want to. I would move to Brisbane. Just depends on my work, blah, blah, blah. So from the literal words of his mouth, he was saying he would move and that he sees me in his life after the
Sounds
show.
locked, sealed, and signed and delivered.
Yeah, so I was pretty like, I was like, cool, we're locked in. Like, this is great. This guy is awesome. Locked in. Then the next day he hooked up with a few chicks at Castle and More and then said me and Lexi's relationship isn't working.
Is like when you say you hooked up with chicks, like so they do this Castle and More thing, right? You coupled up. Does it mean you're legitimately coupled up, or like on those nights or whatever, people are still hooking up with other people even though they're coupled up with other people, like external of?
So like
airing?
me and Ryan were coupled up, yeah. But the Casa girls and the new OG boys, they weren't coupled up. It was just like girls and boys together.
Yeah.
So yeah, they hooked up like a lot in the challenges.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even know what went on behind the scenes.
Yeah. It's not even alcohol fueled.
It's not even alcohol fueled. I know. I can only imagine if it was.
Rabbits in a room.
Horny goat.
Are people sleeping with each other and shit on this show?
Oh, what do you think?
100%.
Of course.
100%.
I could hear everything. I'm not going to name drop.
Is there just like a bowl of condoms on the table, on the kitchen table when you walk in?
There's lube, there's condoms in the bathrooms, like heaps. They were sponsored actually.
Sounds like the fucking Olympic Village.
Yeah. Like I looked in the drawer and I'm like, oh my God, so many condoms. Wow. But yeah,
holy shit.
They were being used.
They were being used.
Not by me though.
What else we got in here? Just put that in there. Mum, Dad, not by me.
Not by me, Dad. I didn't do it. I swear.
What's everyone talking about? A YouTube video?
Oh, I'm supposed to be making a YouTube video.
About the whole thing or something?
Yeah, but I need to get it approved before I'm allowed to release it.
Yeah, fair enough.
So
here's a good one.
Pending.
What's your favourite cocktail to make / drink? Seeing as you're in a cocktail business and you're a bartender.
Yeah, I love making espresso martinis and amaretto sours.
Oh, amaretto sours they're the best.
They're the best. And my go-to is a margarita, of course. It's so basic, but I love them.
Margies are just like
life.
You just sometimes, you feel like one. You're like, yeah, espresso martini, you're on.
It's an easy drink to make, yeah.
It's go time. Here we go. Here's some more tea. Which girl and guy did you dislike the most in the villa? Obviously, Ryan. I'll answer that part. Oh, am I wrong?
Why would you assume that?
Or was it Ben?
No, actually.
Fuck, I'm getting around this.
I think me and Ben fought more than me and Ryan. So I didn't dislike them. I just didn't get along with them. Because
it's a very, you centralise, everyone's in the same room. There's obviously conflicts. Like there's bound to be big blow-ups. Was there big blow-ups every day, every second day, or mostly people got along? Or
during the end, there were a few more blow-ups than usual, but at the beginning, everyone was like pretty.
Is it about relationships, or is it about people using other people's shit, or like is it like, do you know what I mean? Like, is it what's it about?
It was towards the end. It was all the fights and drama were just like about relationships. I think towards the end, a lot of couples were faking it to just stay in the villa.
Is there a cash prize at the end of it?
$50,000.
$50K.
Yeah. So no wonder they're faking it. I should have done that. Hugh, I love you. Take me back.
Okay, that makes sense. And so people are like, once it starts getting, and the $50K is split between the couple that wins.
They both get handed envelopes,
yeah,
and whoever opens it, one person gets the cash prize, and they choose love or money. So they decide if they want to split it or not. If I would have won, I would have kept it.
$50K in the back pocket.
Yeah, I'd been like, we can still date, but I'm going to keep it. I'm sorry.
Does the prize money feel worth it? Like that amount of money? Like it's not life-changing money.
I actually forgot there was a cash prize at the end because I was just so into like the villa. It's so fun. I don't think anyone. Well, I personally wasn't doing it for the 50 grand. Otherwise, I could have stayed in till the end.
You just act.
Yeah, but it's not that much money. The amount of stuff we go through, like it's very intense. Like on your mental health, just confronting situations every day, not much sleep. So I don't think
no one to actually like bounce stuff off without them being involved some way, shape or form as
And
well, like having a sounding board.
You can't really say your own thoughts properly to a person because you don't know how it's going to be portrayed on TV. Yeah. So it's a lot of stuff in your mind that you're keeping to yourself for like weeks just on end.
It over and over and over. Oh, yeah, interesting.
So no, it's not worth it, the 50K.
All right, we're going to get you another drink, but you're going to make it this time.
Yay.
We're going to do the speed test. We're going to see how fast you can make a cocktail.
Oh, God.
You should, honestly, I reckon you should be easy top 10, top 15, having bartender experience.
I want to be number 1. What am I making?
I'm number 1, so good luck.
Okay, no, sorry.
Push the mic away so you don't bang it. 75 mils of espresso martini mix, 45 mils of vodka, ice, shake 5 times, strain it out, garnish on top. That'll be your time. All right, you ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Here we go. All the way to the top. This is bartender stuff. Look how you hold the bottle. Here we go. Bang. 45 mils. Going good here. Bang. Ice. Shitty spoon. Go. 5 shakes. Woke. 2, 3, 4, 5. There you go. Strain it. Strain it out. Oh, no. You got to garnish, remember? No. You got to garnish. Oh, she's got it all locked up.
Done.
28, 25.
You did it in 20?
Yeah.
Oh, I screwed that up so bad.
You got all crossed up. You're nervous.
I did. I'm shaking.
Got all nervous and shaky. I can tell.
Look at this. I made that so bad.
28, 25. Where do you end up? Hang on.
What was it?
28, 25. So you end up 15th, I think. 15th. No, 20. Oh, yeah, 18th. There you go.
That's so disappointing. Wow.
Hey, well, you need to get back in the bar. We're sending you home with some cocktails anyway so you can practice.
Practice.
All right, we're going to get this call set up. We have another special guest coming on. We're just going to take a quick break and we're actually going to call Tayla in. We've got her lined up. She's going to come on. I'm going to get some more fucking spilt tea. Yay. Let's get it. All right, we've had a little scene change. We've called Tayla. Welcome to the Shake Up podcast. What's going on? Why are you down in Melbourne?
Yes, I'm in Melbourne. Thanks so much for having me.
Pleasure.
Hi, Tayla.
Hi. God, I wish I was there.
Just so everyone knows, these guys are actually friends. Like you guys talked yesterday. Yeah. Like even though there was obviously bit of home wrecking going on in the show and a bit of this and that. Like Tayla didn't even know you existed, so can't blame her.
Taylor's good.
But I guess like how did it all fold out that you guys actually became like you obviously became castmates and then you guys obviously chatted outside of this and how did it all happen? Like do you just go, oh fuck, common ground is Ryan's a dick, or is it like but you're still with Ryan, or is just like, oh well I got to deal with him, but she's nice and I like her, so let's be friends?
Me and Tayla don't bond over like like I think me and you became friends in the villa, and you know, like, because who really cares? I don't have any.
Yeah, we got along. Like I remember I was so nervous, like walking in, I was freaking out, and like I'm like blind, so when I walked in, I couldn't see Lexi. I'm like, oh my God, where is she? Like trying to squint so hard to see where she was, and then I saw she was sitting down because I expected her to be standing. But no, and then we spoke and it was just fine and like we just got along. But yeah, no, there's definitely we don't bond over Ryan.
Oh man, what was your experience like on the show? Like we've just sort of run through Lexi's time on the show, and like she obviously went on there with no intentions at all, like not for monetary value, not for clout, not for sort of anything, but just jumped on and wanted to be a part of it and saw opportunity. How was your experience, and I guess what was your reasoning behind getting on the show, and how did you end up on there?
Well, to be fair, so I was saying this the other day on my stories. I went and seen a psychic at the start of the year, and she was kind of like, "Oh my God, I see you like doing reality TV or something like that." And I was like, "Oh, taking the piss, like as if." And then all of a sudden it like came up on Facebook to apply, and I was like, "Oh," like it was literally midnight. I was in Ballarat, like nothing to do. I was like, "I'm just going to do it as a piss take." So I literally just applied, like taking the piss out of myself, nothing serious. And then my friend, I was flying back to Gold Coast, and she's like, make sure you checked in. And then I looked through my emails, and I never check my emails. And there was a thing like saying, "Oh, you've got through, like now send in a video." And I was like, "Oh," well, and then it just kind of kept going from there.
That's
So
sick.
that's like, how weird is that? Like, just so weird, and so many like coincidental things just like kept coming up for it. So then I kind of just kept going with it. But yeah, no, I literally didn't think I was going to get on. It was kind of just a joke, and then I got through. So
'Cause you went
I
through
was like,
that
why not?
the audition process, same as
Yeah,
Lexi,
yeah,
in a room and all those kind of things. Was there a moment when they
yeah.
like called and were like, asked Lexi this before? I was like, was there a moment when they called and were like, filled with like anxiety of like, yeah, you're on, and you're like, holy shit, now I've got to commit, or is it like pure like,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go for it?
Or when they called me and they said you're on, I literally was at like I was working at the time, and I was literally like, I feel like I could throw up. I don't even know if I want to do this. Like, what am I doing? But no, I was excited. Like, I literally just didn't think too much into it. Like, I didn't have any expectations or anything like that, and was just like, I'm gonna go and hopefully enjoy myself. And if I find someone, good. But if I don't, it's not the end of the world.
Is what it is. What did you do for work before you went on?
I work in the travel industry.
And you just resigned, or you said, I'm going on a however week holiday. I see you when I
No,
see you.
no, they knew like they had to sign
Yeah,
things
gotcha.
and whatever else. So yeah, they just were strict, couldn't tell anyone or anything like that.
Yeah, gotcha. It
Yeah.
probably like there's heaps of questions in here, obviously, of how things unfolded, but I guess the question probably around asking is like, if things had have been differently, you gone into it, would you have changed any of your experience or done anything different, knowing what you know after the show?
To
For
be
either of
fair,
you, actually. That's for either of you.
Hell yeah. I would have covered up with Nick.
oh
Bad
god.
Nick.
No, for me, I probably just would have like as much as shit as it's been, like coming out and things that have happened. Like I am a firm believer in everything happens for a reason. So I'm glad I know everything I know now, and definitely just like a lesson to kind of pick up the red flags and take them like kind of, yeah, I guess.
When people are waving them, listen to them.
Oh my God, I know. I should have. I really should have. But I was just going off. I didn't want to base my like thoughts and things off everyone else. I was just kind of going off what he was showing me, telling me, and I was just going giving him, I guess, the benefit of the doubt. But yeah.
I feel your sister.
Oh my God, honestly. Like he even wrote me like a letter, like this massive, like not
When
massive,
you
but
say
like
he,
this
we're talking
big.
about Ryan still, aren't we?
Yeah, sorry, we're talking about
Yeah.
Ryan here. So yeah, Ryan wrote me a letter, like all these things, like so everything he was saying and doing, I was believing. And then it was like, yeah, actions started to be a bit different, I guess.
Do you feel like it's meant to be like a reality TV show? Do you feel like some of it was um, put on or staged? Yeah, like where it was like, I don't know, like, or it's just purely because you're in that heightened environment of you have no contact with the outside world. This is the person I've been coupled with. This is the person I'm spending time with. Fuck, I'm just going to say what I need to say to feel comfortable, feel in
Yeah.
the environment, or
Yeah, well, I felt like everything kind of was real, but then there was like some points, like when we were in the Casa Villa, I wasn't sure if Ryan was like being legit towards me. I was like, I don't know if you're just doing this because like we're on camera. Like, do you actually like me, or is this just because kind of like someone's got to stir the pot kind of thing? Like, that's honestly what I said to him. I didn't know if he was into me at all. And then he's like, no, like I'm not taking the piss, rah, rah, it's all legit. So, but there's definitely sometimes where you kind of question things, but I definitely think he was into it. I hope. I hope he wasn't faking it.
I hope he wasn't.
Witnessing it, I actually thought Ryan was like way more into you than he ever was with me. So that's why I'm shocked how he's just like flipped a switch and what's happened has happened.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Honestly, I'm
curious about you. The stuff he said,
like, it was just, yeah, it was just like a massive shock when I found out what did happen. And then when I did find out and I was so upset, like that's when I was like, oh, okay, I really must like this guy if I'm crying over what he's done, kind of thing. I didn't expect to at all be like that because everyone saw what I was like on the show. I was hesitant, like I wasn't sure if I was ready for a relationship and things like that. So then when I heard what he'd done and how he'd like lied and things like that, yeah, I was shocked because I literally thought that he was not like that at all.
Right. Sounds like a fair bit of gaslighting going on.
This is like deja vu. I've said all of this stuff before.
How was your relationship with the others in the Lexi before? How's your relationship with all the other crew in there, like the other cast members? Like, no beef with anybody else, or kind of like it's just such a heightened environment of pressure and young horny people, just going mad. Like it fucking be intense. I can't even imagine being. It's like
it is really intense.
Week with 40 people.
No, it was really intense, but no, I actually got along, I feel like, with everyone in there. I don't think I have any beef with anyone. No, like it was fine. And I think because I'm like, if I had have gone in, Lexi, like I say this to Lexi all the time, I don't know how like she's so young because she seems like so much more mature and everything. Because if I went in at like 20, honestly, I would have ruined my life, like literally ruined my life on the show. I'm 26.
Yeah, age. There's a little bit of an age gap there, and like obviously, like you said, I don't know. Were you seeing anybody before you went in?
Me?
Yeah.
No. God, no.
Just for that. Oh, fuck it.
Yeah.
Fuck. Hopefully, there's somebody in there. No.
Yeah, literally. Oh my God. I was hoping and then went in and yeah. I didn't even have my eyes on Ryan though when I went in. Didn't think that we'd click at all.
Chris, weren't you?
Yeah, I was. But that was turned down very quickly.
Loyal boys.
Because it's like it's a good looking group of people in a room, right? Like, is it like it's a fit? Did you like walk in and look at all the dudes and be like, oh yeah, they're all pretty good looking. Like these people are, let's say, curated and handcrafted to be in that room.
Like we all the girls said it to the boys when we walked in. We're like, oh, you guys are actually good looking. Like, no offense, but on TV, not everyone looked as like they just look better in person, I reckon.
Yeah, and the photos, I don't know,
don't get me started.
Like those photos and stuff that they do where they like baby
dirty,
oil you up and like Photoshop the shit out.
Everyone since I've come out has been like, Tayla, what is your photo? I'm like, don't. I can't even speak about it.
I can't.
Honestly,
I've seen Lexi's. I haven't seen yours. I'm going to look it up after this.
I look like Logan Paul. I do. I even did it like Logan.
Better than looking like Jake Paul. That's for sure.
Oh, I look like the cheap version of Snooki, honestly. It's so bad. I had like chains around my neck, like leopard print bathers on. My hair was like flicked to the side. I don't even honestly know.
Do they have like stylists and stuff in there? Like you literally like you wake up, you get styled, you get dressed, you get like it's all very like
because I had to have straight hair and then Jess had to have curly hair.
Because is there like a sponsor or something, like a clothing sponsor for it?
Yeah.
Showpo.
Ah, that's right. I mean, my wife used to work at Showpo actually, so I did see that on the owner's stories. She was the sponsor, so yeah, I saw that. So yeah, they're obviously very particular in what you have to wear and how you wear it, and styled and hair done, and do you have to do makeup, or they got makeup artists for you and stuff?
Oh, we do all our own, like when we're in the villa.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it was just like for the promos and stuff, they style you and like do makeup and things like that.
Yeah, gotcha. All right, let's spill some fucking tea. Enough dancing around the shit. Where's Ryan now? Where are you? Because you were obviously you were in Sydney with him, and now you are in Melbourne. Where is he?
Yeah, so I'm in Melbourne. So basically, Ryan's in Melbourne as well.
He's in Melbourne as well.
He's in Melbourne, and you are too.
Well, I'm in Ballarat. I'm at my home, but he's in Mitch's and that. So he's with all them, like, because he had appearances and things down here. But basically, what happened was, so we got out of the villa, and we're still talking, getting along really well. And then anyway, we're FaceTiming. He met my brothers and all my friends and things like that. And I was always still hesitant. Like, I wasn't sure that I was ready for a relationship, but I still wanted to see how things went. But mind you, we'd known each other for 2 weeks at this point. So it's still early days. I think it's fine to want to go slow. And they were planning a road trip, everything like that. And then anyway, I was going to Perth, and it was his first weekend out in Sydney with all the Love Islanders, the other ones, the other people. And I sent him a message the Thursday night, and I was like, look, I don't want you to feel as though you need to be on your phone messaging me the whole time. Basically it kind of sounded like, don't talk to me on the weekend. And then in the morning I called him and I was like, okay, I actually did not mean that text message to sound like that. I do want to talk to you. I'm sorry. I just am nervous about this road trip because I was going to Perth, then flying to Sydney to see him.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're still talking, we're talking that night, and then I message him and he kind of not replying to me. And I'm like, weird. Then anyway, the next day he's still not really talking to me, being quiet and blunt. Rolls around to Monday night and he's like, can we talk? And then anyway, I'm like, yeah. And he kind of just blamed me for his kind of actions on the weekend, saying because I'm not sure, he now does, he's acting out kind of thing. And I was like, what? He's like, no, I'm just getting girls' attention, nothing happened. Anyway, long story short, he lied. After I asked him numerous times, did anything happen? It's fine. We haven't had the exclusive talk. You're free to tell me. You can do what you want. We hadn't had that talk, so that was fine. But he just literally lied 3 times. And then he finally told me, and yeah, it was definitely not just a kiss. It was more than that. And he said that to me. And then so I got real upset and I was like, oh, well, I must really like him if I'm so upset. So I decided to still fly to Sydney to see him. And then anyway, I got to Sydney. We'd spoken about things, but we didn't have enough time together because we were with Aaron and Ruby. And then anyway, that night I said to him, I don't want to have this conversation drunk. I don't want to be drunk. And then that night I thought I was quite, I'd had a few shots, let's just say.
Couple under the belt.
Literally, we were honestly just having fireball it was running out. And then what happened? Oh, yeah. So I kind of thought that he kept coming up to me and talking to me, and I was quite angry, being stop, I don't want to have this conversation here. Then anyway, in the morning, we had quite a big argument that night, and he ended up leaving, going out with the boys. And I was like, what the hell? Then that next morning I was knocking on his door because we had 2 separate rooms because we still hadn't sorted things out. So he was in a room with Aaron, I was in a room with Ruby down the hallway. And so I walked up to the room, knocking on the door and no answer. And I was like, what's going on? Hours go by, we've been knocking all morning, calling out Aaron and Ryan, no one's answering. Then finally I answer that we had to get the security people to take us up to, because my stuff was in his room and I need to get on a flight. Because I was like, well, I'm just going to have to get on a flight and go home. Anyway, they open the door and he comes out and I was like, who is in there? I just knew. And then, yeah, it took him a bit to tell me, he wouldn't come straight out. And then he's like, there's girls in there. So then I got on the plane and left.
Girls.
Oh, girl. Sorry.
I was going to say, damn.
Oh, my God. Can't. Yeah. But, yeah, so then I got on a flight and left. But in saying that, So when I thought we had that argument about the drunk fighting, it turns out I was actually saying to him, I was very angry, obviously, from the weekend before, that I wanted nothing to do with him, to leave me alone.
Did you actually say that though? Is he just like gaslighting you to make it seem like
well, I kind of do remember saying to him, I feel like I vaguely remember saying to him, like, I don't know why you're bothering, like, we're just friends. Because I did say to him the night before, I do know I can be your friend. Like, I can feel like I can be friends with him because I don't have like massive hate towards him. I don't hate him. I just like know that it's not going to work like as a relationship. Do you know what I mean? So I said that the night before. I was like, I know I can be your friend. I just don't know that I can trust you in a relationship. And then the next night I've gone out and said, oh, like I don't like I was not very nice to him, and I did apologize and all of those things. But yeah, so he didn't understand why I was knocking at the door the next day because he thought we were completely done. So that's why he's gone and done that, which still that's not my morals. Like this is the issue, is like the whole time I never once spoke to a guy, entertained a guy, whereas he was like 100% for me, and then that's what he was doing. So it was just confusing because I just would never do that.
It's pretty crazy. I guess when the other thing on top of that is when you come out of a reality TV show, you're doing appearances and stuff, like, let's face it, there's fans, there's groupies, there's clout chasers, and then whether you choose to become a clout chaser on top of that and engage in what level you actually engage in all of that stuff and how you react in it. And I don't know, like, yeah.
I think the girls are crazy. They'll just throw themselves at the guys.
Like, yeah. But it's the same thing with guys, like it's vice versa. Like it's always going to be the way. And, you see somebody in the club and they're like, oh, that's a old mate off Love Island. And you're like, oh, yeah, well, let's go. He's definitely got a bar tab. Let's go see him. Or like vice versa, like guys trying to get into the VIP area with you guys. Like it's always going to be the way when that's the popping off show or the thing that's happening. And there's obviously a lot of there's a lot of drama around you guys in the show, and let's face it, you guys got some really good airtime and some really good like edits that like created controversy and talking points and stuff like that. So out of everybody that was in there, you guys would probably be the most well-known. Him, probably one of the most well-known guys from the show based on all those things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
So everyone's probably like, we want Ryan for appearances. We want Ryan for this. We want Ryan for that. And he's just like, give it to me, baby. Let's get those Instagram followers. Let's go. Let's get that cash for these appearances.
He like does all that shit, comes out on top. What is this world?
Hey, karma goes around. Don't worry about that. All right. that was a long way around, but yeah. All right. I'll see how it is. We got the gist.
Yeah.
You got any takeaways, I guess, from the show, from experience, from any of those kind of things of both of you guys? You guys, like, would you do it again? That's probably like the one question. Like, I've got friends that have been on 2 reality TV shows. Like, would you do it again?
Oh yeah, not love. I want to do Too Hot to Handle.
Like, is there any other? Is there any other like reality TV shows like you would do? Not that you would necessarily do that again, but would you do reality again?
I didn't have any issues with it. Like I thought it was fun. Like, but I don't know. I also was very open and like shy. I feel as though when a camera gets on me, I'm just like so awkward. I just don't know how to act. So I don't know that I'm the best for it, but I definitely do it again.
Let's go on The Bachelor together, Tayla.
Yes, let's do that.
No.
We had, I was telling Lexi before, we had Kat Hennessy, who was on like the Honey Badger episode of Bachelor, and she was like, it was like gnarly, like the way the producers manipulated her, like, go into her room and be like, hey, if you don't say this and this person's going to bring it up, they've found out, they're going to like. And then she would bring it up, and they would cut it to make her look like an idiot, and like, yeah, like she was.
Oh my god, that's wild.
She's like, if you listen to the podcast, go back and listen to it. But like, she went pretty in depth of like how they manipulated her stuff, and like she actually went off the show she like left, and then they locked her in a room for like 14 days or something and took her phone from her and wouldn't let her call her parents. And she was in Fiji too. Like she wasn't in Australia. Yeah, it's pretty gnarly. Like some pretty. Like,
oh my God,
like,
that's wild.
did you have to do the whole quarantine thing before you went on the show, like the 14, 17 days or whatever it was in a room by yourself, no TV, no phone that Lexi had to do?
I did 10 days, but we got our phone for a bit of it.
Yeah.
And then they got taken off and we could watch TV because we were casters, so it was a lot different for us. Like we were watching the show and everything like that. We just couldn't, no one could know we were there and things like that. We weren't like allowed to post on social media.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I want it to be a surprise. They want to be, did you tell anybody before you went on? Like, did you tell any of your like really close friends?
Or just like my parents and stuff. But yeah.
Because people will be like, this person has just disappeared for 3 weeks, 4 weeks.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know. I'd hope people would be genuinely concerned if I just disappeared. Call my phone, Channel 7's answering, going, he's unavailable, sorry.
Have no text messages.
Come back to text messages. That was the other question I have with Lexi. Like, were people, like, obviously when they give you your phone back, they've deleted all the shitty DMs and all the people being nasty and stuff. Do you still get flogged on the DMs now? Like people going, what's going on? What's happening? Where's this?
Oh my God. Yes, so many. And then like you get all these, I'm getting all the sugar daddy ones.
Oh, the 5,000 a week ones.
Forget
I'll pay you 10K.
Let's get that sugar daddy.
Yeah, they're saying I'll pay you 10K to come shop with me at Pack Fair. I'm like, am I going to die or I'll come?
Can we go together like a buddy system?
Yeah. Let's do it.
Buddy system with security. You got to spend two of the 10 on security to go. Do you guys have any advice for? People that want to do it? Go on.
Yeah.
Besides, do it, but
don't believe everything a guy tells you. That's
advice.
I'd say on those kind of things, don't believe anything anybody's telling you. Like, right?
Just like in relationships, very trusting, and I'm like, whatever they say, I'm like, yeah, cool. I don't question it. No. Question everything.
Oh God, I don't even know what I would tell someone. I just don't have expectations that you're going to actually meet the love of your life, I guess.
Well, it's all. Do they tell you like where they do like compatibility tests or anything like that before you actually go in? Or is it just like, here's a bunch of hot people, fucking gay artists?
Yeah, surely there's one that you like.
There's a heap of condom and lubes and rooms and like, seriously though, like that's.
Oh God, I didn't get to the hideaway. Lexi did though.
There you go.
Yeah, we didn't use any of those things. We talked.
We had a deep conversation.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for dialing in, Tayla. I know you're down in Melbourne. You're locked away at the moment, but hopefully I'll actually get to meet you. You come back to the Gold Coast anytime soon?
Yes, I should be back on the 28th.
28th.
Yes.
You're going to miss our party. We're throwing a party at Burleigh Bowls Club on the 27th.
Are you joking?
My invite got lost in the mail.
Kirsten, can we sort Lexi out an invite? We'll send Tayla a sympathy one down to Melbourne. She won't be here.
All right, I'm gonna maybe change my flight.
Change a flight. We're throwing a whopping party. We're launching a new product, but yeah, it'd be good to be able to get you up here and meet. Are you from the Gold Coast? Do we live up here?
Yeah, I live in Broadbeach.
There you go.
Waters. Yeah.
Well, hopefully you can get back up, jump on that plane, back to Goldie. Yes. Let's party.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having me.
No worries. Thank you both for coming in. I really appreciate it. And like obviously sharing stories and stuff like that. There's obviously a fair bit of juicy shit and people absolutely, I guess, love hearing behind the scenes and what actually went on and I guess reality versus what actually happened to what's cut and all those kind of things, and that you guys actually are like friends and there's no hard feelings and yeah, it is what it is.
Yes.
hard feelings.
No hard feelings. Well, thank you guys so much. We're going to wrap it up. But what's your Instagram handle so people can follow you? You're Lexy at Lexy Thornberry.
Lexy Thornberry. Lexy with a Y.
Lexy with a Y, and at Tay Mel.
Yeah, with 2 Ys. Yep, that's it.
Hey Mel, we'll link it in the bio, link it in the descriptions. Give the guys a follow. If you haven't, you can go back and watch the episodes of Love Island on like Channel 7. Is it Channel 7?
Channel 9.
There you go.
Skip to episode 14. Costs or more. That's when it's just you'll see me and Tayla.
You really nailed that.
Go watch the season, see what it's all about. I've watched them clippets and snippets, pretty funny. So, thank you so much, guys. I wish you all the best in the future, and hopefully we can have a drink and party soon.
Yes, keen. Thanks so much.
Absolute pleasure. See you later.
Bye.
That's today's episode. I hope you enjoyed it. You know the drill. Like, subscribe, leave a review. Go show the Shake Up some love and stay connected. Don't forget you can watch all of our episodes on YouTube. Also, jump over to our Shake Up Cocktail Gang Facebook page where you can find out who's coming up on the podcast. And if you've got questions for them, I'll ask the bloody questions. You can also use the code SHAKEUP for 10% off on mrconsistent.com.au. Thank you so much for listening. And just remember, shit that's fresh.